Edward P. Arbuckle. Edward P. Arbuckle is a cryptozoologist, whose specialty is studying the rake. The rake, a hairless albino cryptid, known for its sharp teeth, huge rake-like hands, and incredibly long claws. It is also known for its extremely aggressive behavior towards humans, and has been documented as entering homes and bedrooms to kill. Arbuckle's research is controversial, as he claims the rake is actually a subterranean dweller, whose natural habitat is caves and fissures beneath the earth. But as noted above, it can enter human abodes, homes, and buildings to carry out its depredations. Recently, Arbuckle was contacted by the mother of a young woman artist who had gone missing from a lonely farmhouse under unusual circumstances. From an email sent by Arbuckle, quote, "The young woman artist had been staying in a lonely farmhouse, apparently to paint landscapes. However, on visiting the farmhouse, in an effort to locate her daughter, the mother discovered the following. A. Her daughter's car, unlocked and parked by the side of the house. Inside, on the kitchen table, she found her daughter's keys, as well as her phone, which had been switched off. B. A painting of a nature scene, a dirt field with a fringe of dark trees, in the exact center of which crouched a hairless albino cryptid with flaming reddish orbs, sharp teeth, and huge rake-like hands with incredibly long claws. C. A second painting, a night scene showing the area in front of the house, the lights of a brilliant silvery harvest moon illuminating a skeletal albino entity crouched at the base of a maple tree in the center of the lawn. The creature was sitting on its haunches, but its rake-like hands were raised, as if poised to grasp some object, grasp some victim, while its thin mouth was open in a silent shriek. D. But the third unfinished painting, that was the most terrifying. It showed the interior of a bedroom, the bedroom her daughter had been sleeping in. Something was sitting on the edge of the bed, something hairless and albino, with a thin mouth full of sharp teeth, glowing hot pink eyes, and huge rake-like hands, ending in incredibly long claws. Finally, and worst of all, the third painting was being copied from a digital photograph. The white albino cryptid was clearly the rake, and while I had encountered reports of its entering houses and bedrooms, even corporate offices, this was the first documentary proof I'd received to confirm these assertions. There was only one course of action open to me: move into the farmhouse and explore the immediate area. The farm is surrounded by thick woods, but there are no hills or areas of elevation in the immediate vicinity, hence no caves or caverns leading under the earth. So how did the rake gain the surface from its underground habitat? After 2 days of extensive searching, I found my answer: an abandoned well in a nearby field. I considered setting up a trail cam on a nearby tree to cover the mouth of the well in order to see what would emerge. But then I realized that wouldn't answer the question as to what had happened to the young woman. In the end, I did set up 3 cameras, 3 trail cams, pointing at the mouth of the well from different angles. But I also determined to lower myself to the bottom of the aperture. I found a length of rope in the garage, and with the aid of my flashlight, I determined the well was dry and no more than about 30 feet deep. And so, after securing the rope, I descended into darkness. At the bottom, I found the well was connected to a fissure in the earth, a passage large enough for a man, albeit a small man, large enough for a man to stand up in. I determined to explore this fissure, to see where it led, when I spotted an object lying on the ground. A bedroom slipper. A woman's bedroom slipper. I experienced a sudden sinking feeling as I realized the mother was unlikely to ever see her daughter, the artist, again. I entered the narrow passage, hoping to find other evidence of the missing woman. Perhaps even find her body. But I had only gone a few paces when I was halted by one of the most blood-curdling shrieks I had ever heard. Of course, it was the rake. I had heard its cries before, more terrifying than the scream of a cougar or the howl of a wolf, but never at such close range. For this being was close, very close, too close. I had entered its lair, and it was approaching. I knew better than to try to confront the thing in its lair, and I quickly scrambled up the rope, which I didn't bother to retrieve, as the rake obviously didn't need it to emerge from the well. I didn't return to the house, as the rake could surely enter it after me, but instead I hurried to my Land Rover and peeled rubber away from the farmhouse. It proved the correct choice, for as I sped down the long dirt driveway leading to the main road, the rake gave chase, jumping out of the nearby bushes, its long claws digging into the paint along the driver's side. It then hurtled after me, first on 2 legs, then on 4, until I reached the asphalt highway and floored the accelerator, leaving it far behind, although it followed me a considerable distance before it finally disappeared. I now have the unpleasant task of informing the young lady's mother that her daughter is dead. I hope she doesn't become hysterical. I hate emotional scenes. But I will send her the slipper to see if she can identify it, and advise her to have the well filled in. That might stop the rake from gaining access to the surface. For a time. Oh, and my trail cams? I went back to retrieve them several days later at high noon under a bright sun. They were gone. Removed. Arbuckle concludes, do you really need further proof the rake is a most malevolent and intelligent entity? Warren here. So Arbuckle thinks the young lady is dead, and that the rake is an intelligent, if evil, creature. But what do you think, dear listeners? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And stay safe, stay subscribed, ring the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and feel free to share this video and any of my videos with anyone you please. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories featuring such cryptids as the night floaters, werewolves, and the black-eyed children. And now the rake. So again, please consider subscribing. Please help me to reach my goal of 2,500 subs in 2022. Till midnight. Cheers. Pictures used in today's video, courtesy of Pix here. That's PX here. While the music was that ominous piece, The Dread, by that patron of the internet, Kevin MacLeod.